taxes are the most important revenue source for most cities and towns in the United States, providing funding for a variety of local services and infrastructure. Unfortunately, traditional property taxes' emphasis on taxing the value of improvements, like homes and businesses, can produce undesirable effects, including urban sprawl, blight, and land speculation. Because of these negative outcomes, many places are considering whether an alternative to a traditional property tax, called a land value tax, might be a better way to meet their fiscal needs. So what is a land value tax? A land value tax works just like a regular property tax in that it's based on an assessor's valuation of an owner's property. Land value tax flips the script on property taxes as we know them, however, by untaxing improvements, which are the result of the owner's private investment, and taxing the value of the land below, which comes largely from the public amenities like schools, roads, and other services that person or business enjoys as part of their ownership rights. So a land value tax does much more to close the loop of public spending and public funding than a traditional property tax. But what about its other effects? If traditional property taxes encourage sprawl and other unwanted behaviors, does a land value tax have the opposite effect? A number of places around the world, ranging from Singapore to Australia, rely on land value taxes, but in the United States, they're relatively rare. That said, 16 cities, towns, and school districts in Pennsylvania currently have land value taxes, and some have used them for many decades. A number of recent academic studies have sought to understand the effects of using a land value tax using Pennsylvania experience as the model. This video provides a brief overview of their findings. Let's take a look at what they found. Desirable development. Studies of the Pennsylvania experience show that unlike traditional property taxes, which encourage leapfrog development and urban sprawl, land value taxes promote infill development. Reusing vacant or blighted land in the already developed areas of a city or town has numerous benefits, from addressing local eyesores that bring down surrounding property values, to reducing the need to extend infrastructure and destroy natural habitats. A simple act of switching to a land value tax can go a long way towards realizing these outcomes. Adoption of a land value tax is also shown to encourage the construction of new homes, and not just any homes, but right-sized houses that fit the character of the existing neighborhoods where they're being built. Benefits to residents. In general, the move from a traditional property tax to a land value tax results in lower tax bills for residents. Why? Because by untaxing buildings and taxing land, owners of vacant and blighted properties are forced to pay their fair share, reducing the pressure on residents to shoulder an outsized portion of the overall tax burden. The move to a land value tax is also often associated with increased tax progressivity, which means that lower income residents pay proportionately less than richer ones, freeing up people's much needed resources to pay for other expenses like food, healthcare, and childcare. Home values are also shown to increase after the adoption of a land value tax. This is good for homeowners and has the added effect of reducing the incidence of property tax delinquency, which is good for taxpayers and taxing jurisdictions alike. Land value taxes are also shown to lead to increased rates of home ownership, as renters are encouraged to buy their homes by the reduced tax bills this approach typically yields. Benefits to businesses. Under a land value tax, property tax bills don't increase as a result of investments in improvements like storefronts and offices. Because of this, capital-intensive businesses such as retail, wholesale, manufacturing, transportation, and construction are all shown to increase after the switch to this tax structure. From a business perspective, a land value tax may be even better than a tax abatement because it's freely available and never sunsets. And because the land value taxes favor the kinds of businesses that benefit from co-location with one another, it's also shown to support the formation of local agglomeration economies. Think thriving downtowns. Finally, as with home values, studies show that commercial market values also increase after the adoption of a land value tax. In the Pennsylvania jurisdiction studied, that increase was about 10.6% in the first year. Traditional property taxes form the backbone of most local governments' budgets, but they're far from perfect. Embracing a land value tax not only does more to close the loop of public spending and public funding, it may also produce a variety of benefits for the built environment, residents, and businesses.